Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and it's time for a little World of Dragons. And it's been a while since I've done an episode here, but I've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes, getting stuff going, getting more ammunition for the railguns back there, and way on the other side that you just barely see the gate past the guard tower, getting those going. Also doing a bunch of exploring. Actually, additions was added to the pack, and so I said, if I'm going to do anything with that, I need to get the black quartz, which is a spawn. So I went way off that direction behind me, a good 2,000 blocks to found an area that I hadn't explored, and the digital miner was able to yank up something like 6-8 stacks pretty quickly, and so yay, that was done. Let me switch views. I've been hunting some stuff down. There's a cave spider spawner down there. There used to be a spawner for an abyssal anti-zombie, whatever that is, a spider spawner down here, and then I also spotted a zombie spawner down here. You say, well, Grok, how did you find these spawners? Well, pretty simple. If we take a look at this, one of the things having done with the astral sorcery stuff, I made a cave illuminator, and then I went around and I put it in each of the 9 areas, assuming this 3x3 and divided into, that made absolutely no sense. Assuming the borders here is a 3x3 tic-tac-toe structure, I put the cave illuminator in each one of these 9 areas, let it sit there for about an hour, and then moved it off. And that's about all the time you need to get it to illuminate the stuff. And if we take a look to the cave layers and go down a chunk, that's underneath the buildings. Here we go. This is the stuff that has been mined out by my miner from over here. And if we zoom out a little bit, you can see where stuff at this level has been illuminated. And then if we go down a little bit further, more stuff illuminated. That's where I found these 2 dragon bits. And even further down, you can see where I've been wandering all over illuminating stuff. Was that direction, looking for ice dragons underneath there. And so what I was doing is I would go up, put the cave illuminator, leave it there for an hour, and then dig down, because you got to kind of reset the journey map. It wasn't coming to me. Reset the journey map so that you can see what's there. And as you can see, yeah, all through that frozen area there, not a single one of the dragons. Well, poop. Anyway, so that lights this up pretty nicely, which means you can zoom in on areas like over here, and you can really zoom in. And this is one of the astral sorcery areas. There's a gem or of some sort right in the middle of this, and you just pick it and it replaces, and you pick it and you replaces. And I don't know how many, couple hundred ore tries, it'll just randomly generate ore for you. But if you look through, you can find these square rooms. You can see it's kind of green. That's the mossy brick or mossy cobble, and that tells you that is a spawner. Likewise, I've already visited this one here. The spider spawner is right here. I spotted that one. The cave spider is a little bit higher. This is the mining work here, and then this down here is one of the mine shafts that I broke into, and I found that and already blocked it off and had marked it a long time ago. And then over here I spotted the zombie spawner, and so I dug over. Hey, there's 2 fugitives down over here. Anyway, I dug over, roamed around, dug up, got to it, and it was later that I realized, duh, I can fly. I've got a jetpack. So over here for this one and for this one, I just dug straight down to it because then I could fly out of it. Anyway, it's a somewhat cheaty method to be able to scope out what's underneath the ground and light things up so that mobs aren't spawning down there, which is very handy. Now, cave illuminator, you got to watch out for it because it will tick. If you just take that cave illuminator, and I love it, but you just drop it on the ground and leave it there, all that time it's ticking and ticking and ticking, trying to light up new areas when it's already done the job. Within an hour, or even less, it's probably fully illuminated everything. So when you're not using it, put it away. Your server will thank you for that. And speaking of servers, if you want to play the World of Dragons, there is an official, well, two actually official multiplayer servers. One based in the U.S., one based in in the Europe. I think it's in Poland. But in any case, you can play on them. You should be able to find the download link in my description. Go there, grab the mod pack. There's information in there about the Discord. You'll want to jump on there, read the rules, etc., etc. And when you load the mod pack, underneath the multiplayer section, the two multiplayer servers are listed there, and so you can jump on there and play and have fun. Now, one of the things that happens, Kriesel is very active with maintaining the mod pack and making sure that it's working and is not being exploited. And so things will come and go. For example, the actual editions, which, since this is a single player, it's still in. I haven't put the last versions on. I'm like about 5 or 6 versions behind. He yanked it out, and I agree with him completely, because there's something you can do that's very griefy in it. It's technically not an exploit, because an exploit is where you do something that's not allowed. This is actually something built into the actual edition's code that allows you to get any block randomly. And I was looking at that and I said, that's just really bad thing to do. One of the players on one of the servers was found to have multiple creative blocks because he used that way, and the mod author explained that it's in the pack, it's available, and so I say don't run it on a server, because it's very I keep wanting to say exploitable, but it's built into the code. It's not like you're doing something where you're forcing a duplication glitch or something like that. You're actually doing something that is built into the code. So I say, don't put it on the server anymore. Get rid of it. Anyway, a bunch of mods that have been added that I've been playing with, though. Cyclic is one, and that gave me this powered anvil. And one of the nice things about this, when it's got power, you can take items like tools and whatnot and drop it in here, and it'll get repaired for over there. There's my atomic reconstructor, so I can do stuff with actual editions, which I plan on doing. And I also went ahead and got some emerald armor from actual editions. But there was something else I was going to point out. You saw me go ahead and grab some more ore from here. I'm having fun with this. This little setup where it turns itself off is always something you want to do with anything you make. You never want to have inventory fill up, because things start ticking like crazy, and the World of Dragon servers, there's a bunch of people checking to make sure things aren't getting too ticky for that. There was something I was going to show off, and I completely have forgotten it. I see you, fugitive. I will come hunt you down later, but not right now. Anyway, stuff that I wanted to do. Have you ever had one of those days where you go, wouldn't this be cool? This would be fantastic. And then you realized it doesn't work. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I want to be able to get access to some, back up. I want to jump into Thaumcraft. I want to get this, a really cool looking Thaumcraft place. This base is very high tech, and this is World of Dragons. It's supposed to be more magical, but it's got a lot of high-tech stuff in it anyway. So I would like to sit there and spend some time digging into the Thaumcraft mod. I haven't been into it for quite a while since it got upgraded, Thaumcraft. I've got a few things from it, like zombie brains, greatwood logs, silverwood logs, a bunch of the 6 standard crystals. I've got some of those. That's amber, quartz ore from Thaumcraft. I did not know. Cinnabar will get you mercury, you get these rare earths. I found some crimson colts and blew them away with my minigun, and some shimmer. So I've got a few things from Thaumcraft, and there's a book that I slept after I first got my first one of these crystals, and I think that's upstairs. But in any case, I want to get into that, and I really need these crystals. Let's get back to Thaumcraft. There are a ton of these different crystals for each of the different Thaumcraft aspects, and one of the easiest ways to do that is to lasso. There we go. One of the easiest ways to do that is to kill wisps because they drop those little crystals. Well, these lassos are pretty easy to make. In fact, let's bring it down. It's just a regular lead with some diamonds and slime balls, and this gives you this lasso from tiny mob farms, which allows you to capture them, and then you can sit there and throw them into these various mob farms. They're one block in size, and they eject the mob drops into containers adjacent to them. And I was thinking maybe up or down or something like that. No, it looks like it's only on left, right, forward, backwards, those sides. Anyway, this is kind of expensive, but one of the benefits of it is the lead with the mob in it doesn't go away, and there's no durability loss on this, and it's taken 0 loss at this point, so I have no idea how that works or how much durability it has. But if we go take a look at Tiny, it's got all these different mob farms in here. And this is the wooden mob farm that is slow, 50 seconds versus half a second. And you have a third of a chance of losing 2 durability, and 2/3 of the time you're going to lose 3 durability. So it's going to die fairly fast. And again, no hostile mobs. Stone, you can see the durability loss and the speed improve and get better and better. And so I was thinking, okay, what if I make one of these ultimate mob farms, put the wisp in it, and just gather all that goodness? Well, let's take a look at the requirement for an ultimate mob farm. I went ahead and made the recipes for this because easy. And so it needs to craft a whole bunch of stuff, and it needs things. Lots of paper to make books, to make the bookshelves. Lots more rotten flesh. I can get that downstairs, no problem. 18 nether stars. That's a problem. Some shulker boxes. I think I could make those. Blaze rods. I found a nether fortress, so I can do blaze rods. I have one elytra. I need to find another. I need a bunch more string, a bunch more wood, a bunch more leather, a whole bunch more gas tiers, a little bit more obsidian, dragon's breath. I think I have none, and a lot more eye of ender. So there's a ton of stuff missing, but the gas tiers and the nether stars are 2 biggies. And I was looking at that and went, well, when I was saying, have you ever had one of those days where things aren't going right? The network was down. My entire internet at the house was toast when I got home. And I went, but I want to play. Nope, completely toast. So 30 minutes later, I finally talked to a lady, and she was saying, okay, let me do some changes on my end. Let me put you on hold for 2 minutes. And she never came back. 10 minutes later, I said, I'm plugging back in the router. I'm hoping she sent down the pulse that needed to be happened, and it did, and everything's working again, but no call back. Even though she had my phone number, she didn't call back. Bad. Anyway, while that was happening, since I had no internet access, I still had my single player access because, hey, one of the reasons why I'm playing on single player is I don't have to worry about the server being up or reboot schedules on the server. I've got it here on the local machine. So I was playing, and I made one of those tiny farms in my creative world, and I stuck my wisp lasso in there, and there's no drops. So all the stuff I was planning on doing for that doesn't matter anymore. Bite in the butt. Anyway, I've been slowly processing the gold and having fun with that, and you can see I've got lots of gold and some iron, but lots of gold. And if this were a multiplayer server, I would completely stop. I'd break down my excavator and I wouldn't be doing anymore. But you know, single player, I can do that. I'm also getting some copper as well as a little limited amount of nickel from that, and I'm thinking I'll move it around just for fun. Anyway, I want to get into let's put this away. I want to get into doing a little actual additions. Like I said, that got removed from the mod pack, but I've not upgraded, because I actually want to get into that and have some fun with this. And I was thinking over here would be a good place to set up a place for this. And I think I probably have room. So let's break that. Yes, I have plenty of room. Perfect. All right, so I want to set up the empowerer. I was going to think energetic. No, empower. Let's set it up right here. 1, 2, that. 1, 2, that. 1, 2, that. 1, 2, that. Okay, so there's the empowerer setup. Now these outer ones need power. You can see they've already been charged up because I was playing with it and I realized I don't want to be in that cube over there. Chunk over there. I want to be in this chunk over here. So, and I've got some hoppers because I like doing this to make putting stuff into them pretty easy for doing multiple batches. Likewise, I can put one on top, and then if we break this, and I need a chest. Hey, I got a chest right here. Let's go ahead and plop that there, and can I reach you just from over here? Shift click. Yes. So when things are finished, they should just go right into the chest here. Yes, it is pointing in. All right, so that's exactly what I wanted. So that should work out nicely. Now, these things, like I said, need power. So what I'm going to do, let's come over this area right here. And I'm going to actually grab a real tool because, you know, hello, I've got a shovel. Let's use real tools for real men doing real things because we have real work to do. All right, enough of that. One more. There we go. That will charge up there, over here, up. Because I'm going to run the cables underneath. One more over. Just so that, you know, out of sight, out of mind is whoops, I'm going way too far. I don't need to go that far at all, because once I'm here, I'm good. All right, so I'm going to move you out of the way. I want my quantum entangloporter, and we'll drop him right there. And he's set for the power out, and he's already set as far as energy that it's eject on and output everywhere, which is good. And then I've got a bunch of these ultimate universal cables. It's probably overkill, but you know, I like these things to go fast as possible as far as the power is concerned. Loop. There, you get the green really quick, and it tells you that the power is flowing. So let's do the same over here. Missed that one. That one goes up. And we've got power. So, nice. Now, the other thing I would like to do is set up a room here. And I'm going to do a mixture of this color and that color. So let's put these kind of on a diagonal cross pattern, because why not? And we'll put that one there, and that one there, that one there. So yeah, you get the gist of what I'm doing. That one as well. You know, I pulled out my shovel to do this work easy, and what am I not using? I'm not using my shovel, because I'm a doof. All right, so you can see how, oh, and we missed that one right there. So let's put more of these down. And then you go there, and there, and there, and underneath there, and against this one, and that one, that one, that one, that one. There, and there, and there. All right, so those are those colors. I can break these others. Probably would have been easier just to have broken them all and then just put in the crosshatch. So I'm going with the polished andesite because I'm noticing, yes, I've got the polished diorite. I'm going to do the wall corners to kind of match, but I like the andesite to be a counterbalance to the black tile work that I'm doing here with these black quartz, but I didn't want it to be as white. I wanted to reflect more of the others, and I think this needs to be a little bit bigger. Let's go with 1 block more. And guys, stop running around stomping on my stuff here. These guards are always running around, getting in the way. I explained to them that, you know, yes, they need to be doing their guardly stuff, but could they please stop trampling my crops and whatnot? Oop, wrong place. You need to go there, and there, and there, and there, and there. So, very simple little build here, but I figured I'd, you know, it's been a while since I've done an actual build that I would bring you along. All right. So we got a little bit more of a room that gives me a chance to walk around back and forth doing things. And here's where I'm thinking the polished diorite, similar to over there, that's brick, that doesn't count. My building, the big buildings for the citizens, some of the other buildings have the diorite, and you can see it there. So I'm going to go with the diorite here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 5. 4, 5. And yeah, it's going to be symmetrical. Just because that's a little bit easier to do when I'm just winging it for 5, winging it like this right now. The next thing is I've got about a bunch of logs. Let's throw down. I want door. Actually, I'm going to be non-symmetrical for the door. We're actually going to put the door here, since if I put the door right here, I'd be constantly going donk. So I'm going to put the door here, which means I need a different base. There we go. And I do happen to have a birch door on me, and rather than having it there, I'm going to do it on the other side. So it's going to give some depth to it. All right, the rest is going to be just planks. Go away, light. I missed you. All right, so you can see instantly we've got planks going on. And if I'm thinking a roof of, or at least an outer part of that tall. And I don't have a crafting grid. Well, do you know what I can do? I can... let's break this, and I happen to have a network receiver here, and there's my network card. Let's go ahead and right click it. Yep, it's linked. Let's take the crafting grid, and I'm going to put it right there. All right, let's head back. Rather than running cables back and forth, I would much rather do a network like that. And so there's the transmitter that this is hooking up to. Nice, seal it off so nobody knows it's underneath there. All right. So now I have access to my crafting grid and everything that I need. And I do, and I don't like, I like ascending by name. I want that is synchronized, and okay, all the rest should be fine. All right. So I want to... Oh, that's just a plain grid. I wanted a crafting grid, and I didn't craft me a crafting grid. I just crafted a grid, which is part of it. All right, crafting grid. That bad boy right there. Done. All right. So that'll be completely edited out in post-production. You'll never notice that I had done that. So let's hook that back up. Thump. There we go. Crafting grid. Okay, back ascending, sort by name, search. All right, done. Now, the thing that I was thinking is I am wanting the inside, having it 3 tall inside and then a ceiling is not bad, but I want a little bit more ceiling, so I'm thinking if I put that in place, let's break that one there. So I'm looking at a ceiling that's the bottom slabs like this. So it's even taller. Now I've got 4 height inside, and then I can use the let's do about this many. I can use these on the outer like that. Yeah, I think that'll work. It gives it a little bit more heft on the inside. And we will actually shoot some lights up in here. We need to put the rest of these around, because then I can shoot some lights. Frank, get out of the way. All right. And that'll work. Now, so that's a good beginning. I do want some randomization kind of going into this, because that's... Oh, I have plenty of slabs. I thought I only had a few. Let's do a ring of 2 to begin with. And I definitely need more. So let's put that in there. Let's go with that for right now. But missed. I never miss, but I missed. Chop. And what is it? Knee slabs, or several of them that... oh, of course it's raining. If only I had some way of sleeping the night through to stop the rain and the night. Wouldn't that be nice? I think that would be very nice. But, oh well. Oh, hey, that's pretty cool. It's one of those things when you've got creative access on the server, you can do cheaty things like that to turn off the weather. Anyway, I'm thinking that I need a few more. Actually, I think I need just one set more. Alrighty. So that gives us a nice little ring around, and I'm not sure if I want to step it up one more. I might. But let's play with the outside here. Let's look at this one. I really like having a stair above doors, because that kind of breaks up the door a little bit more. Hey, excuse me, Ryan. And I think to kind of set the door off, let's go like this. That doesn't wow me. Excuse me, Simon. You know, it's like they all want to be part of the video. Let's try that. I think that's kind of similar. What did I do over here to my door? Yeah, so I had bottom and then a top. Okay, let's do something similar to that. So I got the bottom. Okay, instead of full blocks here, we went with that. And instead of bottom ones, we had top. But, you know, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, so that'll work. And put in some posts there. Now, this means that can be glass, so we can have some windows. And there's my stained glass. I knew I had made some. Let's go ahead and put those in place. There, so we've got a little bit of light. I kind of like having a break between, you know, the stuff I'm doing. Really, Melanie? Between this stuff here and the glass, I like to have a break. Likewise, from whether I've got this polished diorite or logs to frame up my building, I like to have a space between that. And so that's why I put those in place. So that gives me kind of an idea. Looks kind of really bare, square down here, if you know what I mean. I'm wondering, what if I put something like that? At least that bumps it up a smidge. We need some more slabs. I'm going to grab 2 more sets, because this needs to, you can't be just by itself. So let's put these here like they're holding that up. Okay, that's starting to look a little bit more interesting. Okay, I like that. I've been dry all day. Let's put some fencing like this, so it's not just the big square. Looking at some of these other buildings, a lot of flat surfaces on this, but I like a little bit less flat, if you know what I mean. I'm kind of okay with that. Let's put those there, which means we need you there, you there. Just to kind of echo it around. Like I said, this is going to be symmetrical, and I'm okay with that being symmetrical. Actually, those don't have to be slabs. Those could be full blocks, couldn't they? Yep. Anyway, so that will hold that up some more. You know, I'm kind of liking the idea of having glass panes, not panes, but the full blocks up there. White. We've got some glass here. Let's see how using that same white will look. Yeah. I kind of like, that'll do. That will do. And I'm definitely going to need some more. Alright, let's clear that. Glass. I've got a bunch of glass because I smelted a bunch. Well, I ground a whole bunch of cobble into, let's see, cobble goes into gravel, gravel went into sand, and then I smelted the sand because I was saying I kept running out of the glass. And I was going, let's get a full stack. So I said, nope, not going to run out of glass anymore. I'm going to go ahead and do it all. And is that an even? No, that's 5 by 5. Okay, that's what I thought. Whoa, not 2, just 1. All right. Oh, I see why it's throwing me off. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is half covered by the slab behind there, so it looks like 4. But all right, never mind. Let's get rid of that glowstone. Let's take one of you, stick that in there, so now we've got another light in this area, and that's okay, you know, sticking up like that. Alrighty, so that gives you kind of an idea. Does this look great? No, but it's a quick and dirty sort of thing, and I'll fill in the walls later. I really don't want to do anything more than that, but what I do want to do is grab this spawner changer, and for that I need powered diamantine, and diamantine is just diamonds run through the atomic reconstructor, and I found 2 of these while prowling through nether fortresses. But to use this through the Empower, I need clay, big clay, and light blue. All right, clay. I need 2 of you, and then light blue. And I made a whole bunch of. Actually, I just need 1. I made a whole bunch of all the different colors, and obviously I haven't done much with the light blue. Well, that's not true. I did make some of the carpets, and then I replenished it. Anyway, so I'm going to take this diamantine block and put it in. Get out of there. I'm going to put it in here. You can see it instantly got put onto the Empower, which is what it's supposed to be doing. Nope, got to break this. Ta-da! All right, so I'm going to put you there, and that gets mounted. And we'll put one of the clay here, one of the clay there, and then the floral blue. So this will zap with power, which is why I've got that power system set up. And I will be happy when I've got walls on these to stop Melanie and all the rest of her friends running in and out through. Yes, you! Get out of here. Anyway, they run around, they can't be trained. But this is taking power from the buried power system, and once it's charged up enough, I wonder, does it say any place? Sometimes in the mod pack it tells you the amount of power it needs, and we're gonna then, yeah, it's not saying how much power. It takes 10 times as much power to make a block as it does a single one, even though there's 9 of these. But I'd rather pay that little bit extra so that I only have to deal with 1 set of these rather than 9 of these. Clay and light blue is cheap. I could do that. That's not a problem. But it would be a major problem to do it otherwise. Melanie. All right. I wanted to make this spawner changer. And really, I'm out of magma cream? Sheesh. Blaze. I've got blaze. I've got slime. Let's use one of these slimes. There's magma cream. All right, let's put that there. And now I've got a spawner changer. And I'm getting rid of all this stuff in my inventory right now. Because for right now, I don't need it. Well, I'll build this building later. Anyway, the spawner changer I'm going to use with the cave spider spawner. I broke all the rest of them. And now I wish I hadn't. I wish I had kept that spider spawner there because I'm going to go into the nether, capture me a wither skeleton, and make that cave spider a wither skeleton spawner. And that means I need to convert that into something that I can kill stuff with. And looking at the options now, we look for mob. These are all these mob what's-its. This one's interesting. An interdiction pulsar. Every 10 ticks, so twice a second, it pushes mobs away from it. That may be a way of shoving the mobs towards a kill zone. If we look at grinder, we got grinder, industrial grinder, uncrafting grinder, factory grindstone. None of those will kill, and we already searched up mobs. The only thing I could really see is spikes. These are a possibility. It's pretty darn cheap. It's a little bit more expensive, but pretty darn cheap. This one will, with redstone signal, will activate and will do player kills. So if I want to bring Blaze Spawner over to here using the same method, then this would actually work. Plus, it will give experience, which I could use on that. But I'd have to have something that would capture experience, and the Experience Solidifier from Actual Editions can do that. There was something else. This one right here, the item magnet. So that pulls in items and experience every 100 ticks. I don't know where it gives it. If I need, two different, conduits or something coming out of it, ducts or whatnot, I don't know. But I'll have to play with that. The other option is it's night again. The other option is I've got the ritual over there that's killing invaders. I could move it down to the cave spider spawner. Not sure, but at least in any case, I need to make at least a 9x9 area for the wither skeletons or anything else that spawns that I put in there and get that going. And just like that, the mob farm is done. Okay, well, it took a while, but I did finish up this building, and I decided to make a few little changes. Figured that could be a solid block with the slab on top, so it's kind of got that stepping up little thing. This little stair there kind of breaks up the line. I really like stairs underneath the glass planes. They're not slabs, but the glass panes. I love stairs. And then since it had lots of glass left over, I went ahead and put little panes as little, I don't know, spires, spikes, something, just to break it up and makes it looks interesting. Anyway, ignoring all that, let's come over here. This is my spawner changer that captured a wither. That's a long drop. And it's pretty ugly over here, but let's come in. This is the cave spider spawner, and it's well lit up, as you can see. And I pretty much just decorated it so it wasn't just ugly with the stone that was around. And that's why there was a huge vein of granite through here. So I said, fine, granite it is. And these are the cyclic... Yes, these are the cyclic conveyor belts, and fast uses red, which is way easier for me to get a hold of than the purple that the slower ones were. So I said, okay, fine, I'll go with that. Yeah, for some reason I had a chunk of nether quartz ore on me, and I don't know why, so I stuck it up there. That's the way it goes. This should be tempered glass, and tempered glass says... Tempered glass. right there. Immune to light and explosions. And looking at it, it says properties to resist light. Makes me think that's dark glass. So that's what we're going with here. Oh, let me... Do I want to seal that off? Oh, I'm missing that polished piece. Anyway, let me go ahead and get rid of all the lights. And we'll talk about the rest of the stuff going on here. I think... Nope, there isn't one there. I think that it's lit up enough from the these 4 lights here that I won't have any cave spider spawns on me. Looking around for more of these Botania lights. Nope. I'm not seeing it. And that... It's excited. It wants to spawn. It's not spawning. Okay, that tells me that it is the right light level in here everywhere that it wants to spawn. Cool. Let's hit this with the spawner changer. Yeah, spawner changer. And now it's a wither skeleton spawner. Oh, that's very nice. And again, it wants to spawn, but it can't. Okay, let's get out of here and hop back up. I want to seal this up, and I'll fix that. I'm using more of this redstone paste to go ahead and go around and light up these redstone lamps, and then some of the redstone paste repeaters to bring the stuff around. In fact, if we come around here, it should be right through here. You can see part of the vein of granite that I chewed up. So I didn't need to bring it all the way around because there's nothing over here. But, you know, anyway. So let's come back over here. And that will turn it on off. These two are powering on the spikes you can see through there. And I've got 2 things. XP is going to be grabbed by the experience solidifier. And it already has some XP in there. Can I take that out? I can. That was my XP, is what it was. And if I eat it, can I shift eat it? Yes. So there's 13 levels worth. If I... There's my 31. So it's a nice way of storing XP. And then I made one of these, this item magnet. Now let's toss it on the ground. And... it says that it will pull items to it. Oops, here I want to crouch so my magnet doesn't grab it. And every 100 ticks, it pulls items to it, including XP. But that's really slow. And then it didn't go anywhere. I put this crate below it. I put it to the side. It just did nothing. So I'm looking at that going... I'm kind of less than impressed. I don't know what the range is on it, but it is possibly some way of bringing the stuff around. Alrighty. Oh, and then I went with the floating hopper hawk to suck up the drops because it's got a pretty good range and because it can pull things through walls. So let's turn that off. Oh, wow. Instantly. Oh, yes, I got to turn off my magnet. My magnet is bad. Let's take that one because it's a problem. And there should be stuff in there. This is the part where you pull it in. Or just there's lots of stuff sitting there. Hopper Hawk, you're supposed to be pulling it in. Okay, obviously the Hopper Hawk is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. It should be able to grab any of those. Well, poopy dookie. I wonder if it's not seeing that crate as a valid object. I don't know. Let's bring it up so it's above, so you can definitely see it's got range there. Do you have to see? Does it? I wonder if it needs to be pulled up. Okay. Well, if that's the case, let's take you. Really slow braking. We'll put you there. Land so I can break that fast. And put you there. And now do you grab... okay, now that it has sight to everything, it can pull everything in. Oh, and the solidified experience, they will drop that as they get killed. So, but hey, we got a Wither Skull right away. It's fairly light. I don't think the light here is going to matter. Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, very nice. Oh, very nice. Okay, so I can AFK here, and this has got a huge amount of storage space. So that should work out very nicely for collecting Wither Skulls. And because I don't really think I'm going to be using that tiny mob farm thing. Why are you not spawn? Okay, there you go. It was just taking a while for that to spawn. Maybe I have... do I still need to be within 16? I think I still need to be within 16, but I can see that's it. Anyway, I could tell... I don't think I'm going to be using the tiny mob farm. Yeah, that's good. Now you can see it going on. Mainly because there's a lot of resources to get into that, and I really don't have the need for anything. The Wisp would have been great, because I think there's 60 some odd aspects, and having crystals for each of those, I would love to have a stack worth or two of each of those crystals. So I would let the Wisps grind for quite a while. But the tiny mob farm doesn't do that. Spit. So I can't use that. Darn it. So I'm going to have to do something else to make that work. And it means I will have to do a different method for getting all those aspects. Oh, well. Just occurred to me, I can take these two pieces of glass right here, and I can put them there, and boom, that just darkened out that spot very nicely. So it should make it better spawning up there, because it needs to be really dark. Oh, there's a guy right on top of that. Okay, I'm going to make one more of these the conveyor belts and put it up there so that he gets knocked off. Yep. Anyway, I've rambled on way too long in this episode, but just building stuff to build stuff to get the stuff that I need to build other stuff to get where I wanted to go. That's the way it is. Anyway, this has been Grok the Duck Farmer here, playing a little World of Dragons and having a blast. And thanks for watching. Calling. Bye.